All right, everyone, we are going to take a quick look at Filecoin. So Filecoin here on the daily chart, if we end up taking out this 618 support here at about 315, there's a good chance you're about to drop 17% down to the 1618 at about 260 here. The reason I say that is because off of this sideways action, this channel, whatever you want to call this, that we're in, you can see it tried making higher lows and higher highs, which it did for just a minute, but now it has made a lower high and an even low here. So that tells me that that is the beginning of bearish market structure off of this tried to be bullish market structure. So if you end up taking out this even low here, then that is going to make a lower low, as you can see here, which is bearish, and that would probably push the price down. So I think the bottom should be in here. You could potentially, drop down to this $3 range and still, come back to the top of the range. But once you break this low here, then I think it's all she wrote for Filecoin. So if you end up doing something, I got the wrong tool out once again. So if you end up doing something like this and breaking down below that 618 and coming down to the 786, you can see what I mean here. Then it ends up breaking that market structure because you broke these lows here, and that's potentially a catalyst for this thing to, come crashing down like that. So just wanted to point that out there. But I do think the bottom should be in here at this 315 level. I would just say be very cautious if you break below 315 because of that bearish market structure is going to end up pushing the price down. If we zoom out to the 3-day chart really quick here before this update gets too long, we're going to go ahead and take this one off of the chart just so you guys can see. So just keep an eye on those prices, or that 315 rather. On that daily chart. One other thing let me point out on the daily chart before we get into the larger time frames, as you can see clearly the top here at about 348, we'll call it 350. Filecoin could potentially come back all the way to the top of this range, but if it cannot break out of the top of this range to move higher, it is going to potentially come back to the top of the range, and still the bottom is not in, and it could come all the way back down here and do something like this and then fall off the table. So that is a possibility for it to get a little pump to the upside, but until you break over 350, the bottom is not in my opinion. So now switching over to the larger time frames here really quick. So the 3-day chart, if we draw a fib on the chart here from the low to that high, remember we're sitting on that support at about 315 on that 618. And if we can get this just kind of to stick even like we want it, general ballpark from the low to the high, you can see we're bouncing along the 786 support. So this general 316, 315 area is what we're looking at here. If you end up breaking this, you can see we're going to fall down to about 260, then 2, and so on and so forth. So we really don't want to break this market structure here. And by market structure, I mean the higher lows, as you can see there. And one other note on hopium, I guess, would be zooming a little further out to the weekly chart here, and you can see we have the same story here. So that 315 price is very crucial, I would say, for Filecoin to hold, because you can see we are making these higher lows here on the macro scale. So we don't want to lose this bullish market structure we have in play here. So I would either say the bottom is in here and we're about to go up, or we're going to break it and we're going to go down. So that's all I got for Filecoin. Just keep an eye on those prices, and we will see the next one. Not financial advice. Peace out.